Hey everyone, Hassan here. I got another Power Rangers Megaforce review for you today. This is the Build and Morph Gosei Great Megazord. So, first things first with this thing, this has not been released in the United States as of the recording of this review, and as of the recording of this review, there is no indication that it will come to the United States as well. So at the current moment, the only way to get this is to import it from the UK, or if you live in the UK, buy it there. But I am in the US, so I imported this from the UK, and I just got this thing. And here is the box, the UK packaging, basically. So who knows if this is ever going to release in the US. The Snake Morphin vehicle was another thing that was in the UK only, although it randomly showed up on Amazon, and I got it from Amazon. But this thing, I had been waiting and waiting, and I kind of was like, you know what, I might as well get it now before I lose my chance. So I decided to order it. So if you are a collector, you might want to jump on this and order it. I got it off of eBay. It is on eBay, so go check that out. First things first, the packaging real quick we'll take a look at. So it says Build and Morph Gosei Great Megazord. It does come with one power card, which we'll take a look at. And what's so fancy about this is it comes in a lot of different pieces, and you build it all together to create the different Zords and Mechazords, and you can combine them to make the Gosei Great Megazord. So some neat little artwork of the Gosei Great Megazord there. The bottom is nothing too fancy, just your usual stuff there. Here tells you the different ways you can play with the card scanner app and the Gosei Morpher, and etc. there. The top just has the Gosei Great Megazord like that. The back of the box, again, shows the 3 ways to play for this set. You can build the Zords, morph into your 5 different Zords, and combine them to form the Megazord. And the bottom shows ads for the Morphin vehicles, which I've done reviews of all of those. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this thing. So this is all the pieces that it comes with. And so they give you the nice fancy instructions. Here's the front of the instructions and the back. So nice fancy little instructions that show you how to put this whole thing together. So I just took it apart and put it back together once or twice. So hopefully I remember how, but I do have the instructions. The main thing about this set, the main fun of it, is putting everything together. So I can't do a review and not put everything together. So this is going to be a long review, just fair warning. But I have to kind of do this and show you guys because that's the main point. So let's start. Let's kind of take away some of these pieces, and I'm going to focus on specific Zords first. So let me clear out some of the space here. So what's cool about this set is you can actually create the individual Zords, like just the headers, I guess they were called in Goseiger. You can also create the Mechazords, so those would be your typical Zords. And you can combine them. So there's lots of different ways that you can play here. And we'll start with the snake. So lots of different pieces here for the snake. And let's get to it. So let's build the Zord first. In fact, I'm just going to move all the pieces out of the way. And I'm just going to build all the Zords first, so that way you can kind of see how those look. Alright, so lots of tiny little pieces. You're going to see little pieces like this. So my one fear is that I'm going to lose some of these things, and then I'm going to be basically out of luck. So I hope that does not happen. So with the snake here, there's a couple of pieces that I need. Okay? And where are the other pieces that I'm looking for? Apparently this is it. Oh, huh. I didn't detach them. So, this is actually supposed to be separated. Just to give you an idea. So basically, to create the Zord for the snake, there's 5 little pieces here. So you have these 2 pieces which form the mouth. So let me get that set. So these 2 connect like so to form that. And a lot of times you're going to see this little band here. So this is a way to basically connect 2 pieces together. So you're going to see there's going to be a space in there, and there's a little indent on the side. So that's where these parts are going to be sticking out. So you're going to slide it in like that. Okay. And once it's in like that, then you take the other piece, and that's when you're basically going to connect them, like so. I'm not going to fully connect it yet because I need to attach the mouthpiece as well, so that goes in the middle there. So I'll just fit that in, like so. And then let's tighten everything in. Alright, there we go. So here is the Snake Zord. So these Zords are tiny, but they look really neat. You know, they have nice little detail and paint on them. And all the Zords, you can actually move the mouth open a little bit. So that's a nice little touch too. So you can kind of do that. So there's your Snake Zord. So let's put him in the corner there. Alright, let's do the, let's see, the Shark Zord next. So with the Shark Zord, you have those two pieces there. You have one of the little bands and the mouthpiece. So the mouthpiece is just one piece on this one. So similarly, you take the little band, stick that in there. Okay. You're going to put that on top, but then without fully closing it yet, we'll stick this mouthpiece in like so. And there you have it. It all clicks into place. And so the mouthpiece on the shark can move up and down, so that's pretty sweet as well. So you kind of get a bit of a scale idea of what these look like. And just for comparison, if I took these Zords that come with the Megazord line, obviously big difference there in terms of size. Like this is not going to fit on the little blaster, or rather the big blaster is a little Zord. But you get the idea. And for comparison, I'm not going to compare all the Zords necessarily, but you'll get an idea of how this is the one from the Gosei Great Megazord Deluxe toy. So I'll do a comparison of the Deluxe Gosei Great Megazord at the very end. Alright, so let's do the Phoenix next. So this is pretty similar again. This one has 4 pieces. So you take the little band, and there's a part of the band that sticks out. That's the one that faces, I guess, the outside of here. So it goes in, and then we take the mouthpiece, and we have to connect that in there. Like that. Okay, we can push it all into place. Now this is the one that's a little hard to kind of fully push into place. I can never really get the beak to fully push in place, so you can kind of see the line a little bit on the Phoenix. That's just I can't get it to fully close all the way. But it's just a minor thing. The mouth does open and close a little bit, but it's kind of hard to grab. So you can open it about that much and then close it like that as well. But it's kind of hard to, you got to get your finger in there to kind of lift it out. So it's not as easy, but there's that. Alright, on to the Tiger next. So with the Tiger Zord, you only have, you have your 4 pieces again, actually, your usual 4. Okay, so we're going to, take the little band. I'm dropping everything now. Connect that in like so. Attach this. And the mouthpiece as well. And there you have it. There's the Tiger Zord. And the mouth opens like that. Alright, and then last but not least, we have the dragon, of course. So with the dragon, you have a couple things. You have the band, you have the little horn piece, and the mouthpiece, as well as the 2 side pieces there. So with this, you have the little band, so let's attach that on there. Okay, then this is going to sit on there. But first we're going to need the mouth, and I'm dropping everything. See, I'm afraid I'm going to lose these little tiny pieces. So the mouth goes in there. And then we have the horn piece, which goes in at the top as well. Oops. And there goes the band. Maybe I'll just have this sit in here first. That might be better. Oops. Sits in like that. And then we connect it all. Ta-da! So there you have it. There's the Dragon Zord. So the horn piece can move up if you want, and the mouth can also open up like so. So these Zords are really neat. So you'll see the 5 Zords right there. They look pretty cool just to have, in Zord mode like that. I like that you're able to do that. So let's actually make some of the Mechazords. So let's focus on let's do the Tiger right now because I have the pieces closest to me. So for the Tiger, we're going to need a couple different things first. We're going to need these pieces, I believe. So what you're going to do, actually in this one too, is you have these 2 big pieces here, and you take the, what am I looking at? Oh, sorry, these ones, small pieces actually. And you take this little circular piece. So this circular piece is going to be another piece that connects things together, just like the band, except this one's going to sit on that side like that, and this one goes on top like this. So you have this little piece here. Then you take the big piece and stick that one in there. And then you have these, which basically serve as the connectors to connect this Zord to other Zords and stuff as well. So you're going to want to connect this little block in so that the hole is basically, oops, facing outwards. You don't want to have the hole facing in because you got to be able to connect stuff with it. And then this just goes right on top, like so. And then you have one more little piece which goes on like that. Okay, and then you can attach the Tiger Zord like so. And these are all like universal connectors with the build-in morph. So if you really wanted to, you could take the Phoenix Zord and kind of connect it on there. So it's nice that they actually have these universal connectors. In a way, once you build this feels like a normal Zord toy, like in terms of functionality. You can combine different Zords, you can combine all the Mechazords and stuff together, you can do all the same stuff. It's just on a much tinier scale. So there's the Tiger there. Alright, let's take a look at the Shark. Let's grab all the Shark pieces there. And for the Shark, you have these 2 pieces here. And let's see. So we're going to need this to sit in like that. We're going to need the whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me try and connect these and see what I'm trying to do. So if you're going to connect this like this, you're going to need the fin sticking out like that, right? So that's got to go there somehow. And it looks like when you connect it, yeah, so this one's probably going to be the best way here. So let's connect the fin onto here. And there's a little indent, so it has to slide in there, and it did. Okay. And we also need this little block. So just like with the Tiger, you want the block to be facing outwards so that you're able to use that as a connector. And then we will attach all those together, like so. Okay, and then you have your fins that can attach on like so, the tail fins, and you have the Shark Zord like that. So there you have it. There's the Shark Zord. So pretty cool looking. There's that. Alright, Phoenix Zord time. So let's grab all the pieces for the Phoenix Zord. And this is again going to be pretty similar. So we take this little piece that goes in there. The block as well is going to go on there so the hole faces outwards. And then we attach that on. And it clicks into place. And then we have these pieces, which are going to clip on like so. And like that. Okay. And the Phoenix Sword attaches like that. Whoops. So there you have it. There's the Phoenix Sword, or Phoenix Mechazord rather. So those are 3 of the Mechazords there. Alright, let's do the Snake. So this one has a lot more pieces, because it is a longer Zord. So let's grab all these pieces here. I hope I didn't drop any. There's a bunch of pieces for this one. So, first things first with the Snake Sword. Let's get these tiny pieces together here. And so these ones are going to be connected with this circular connector. And we attach that on like so. Okay. Then we take the bigger pieces here and we are going to take the piece that we just got and attach that on, as well as the connector. So this is going to be attached, and again the whole faces outwards, and this bigger piece will be connected on top as well, like that. Then we have this that attaches on like so. And you can attach the Snake Sword like that as well, but the Snake Sword is rather long, so we do have the other half of it to put together. So the other half, oops, you take this piece here and this piece, and you attach it on like, oops, I think this way, like so. And then this piece goes on like so. So that connects in there. Okay, and then you have these pieces here. And these pieces you're going to want to find, well, those are 2 the same. You're going to want to find the pieces that, when you connect them, those don't match up there. You'll see if I were to use this one instead, this part, oops, would be flat, and this part has an opening here. You want to be able to do that so that way this will be part of the leg, so it has to have a swivel joint there. So you want to use this connector like so, but you want to connect them with this inside. So let's try and connect that there. So this piece can be a little hard to fully, there we go, push in. And then we stick that on like so. Okay, then same goes for the other one here. Slide this on. If I can get this to go, oops, all the way. I think that's good enough. And attach like so. So then, when you, where am I looking? There it is. You want to then have this attach on like so. And like so. So the benefit of this then, so we're going to attach, oh yeah, so let's take the little connector and we'll turn this a little bit so that the hole is on this side, so we can attach this onto there. Oops, and now I'm breaking it. And wow, okay, there's a massive bug that just crawled by in the basement. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I gotta continue with this review. So I'm keeping an eye on this massive bug though. I'll have to take care of it after this review. I don't even know what kind of thing that is. That's really weird. Alright. Should I show you guys? No, I don't want to freak you guys out. What happened to this thing? This thing goes here. Right. Okay. Is it connecting? It's not connecting. Why is it not connecting? Or is it the other way? Is that why? Alright, hold on. This thing is not fully clipping into place. There we go. I think it is now. Okay, so let's reattach this and this. So there you have it. If I can just get this piece all the way in. Okay, there's the full snake Mechazord, so it's supposed to be much longer, as you can see. And like I said, the benefit of having the holes on this side is you can turn it, and then you have your Megazord legs like that. So there's that. We still have the dragon as well. So, oh man, this is becoming a rather long video. I was not expecting it to be this long. But like I said, there's a lot of pieces, so whew, there's a lot. Okay, dragon time. Let's go. Alright, so dragon time. I'm just going to start connecting whatever pieces that I see here. So we need the neck pieces, neck pieces, neck pieces. Here's a neck piece, here's a neck piece. And these are connected with the circular thing as well as the band. So both of those sit in like that and connect like that. Okay, so there's that. Then we have these two pieces here, and I'm dropping stuff. Where'd it go? There it is. These two pieces connect together like so. Okay. Then we have the pieces to the head of the Gosei Great Megazord, and you take this little tube and stick that in the middle there, and then the other back of the head. Oops, and now I am throwing stuff at the iPad. So they connect together like so. Oh, hey, that massive bug is now gone. Great. Now I'll have to go search for that after this. And then the ears, I guess, of the Megazord helmet go on like so. So a nice little detail on the helmet. I think it looks pretty sweet. Then you stick this on the on this piece here, and it goes in a certain way. Where am I going? There we go. Like so. Okay. And then we take the big body pieces here, and they are also connected with the circular connector and the band in there, and connect them both together like so. And then we have the feet to the dragon, which go in like so. Okay. And you take this piece, and right now to form the dragon, you just stick in the head upside down like that. Okay, and then we have the sword piece, or the tail. So you have the circular connector in there, and then you connect the two pieces together like so. And this connects in to the back there. And then you have the winged pieces as well. So with the winged pieces, this goes in like that, and this connects in like so. Is that fully in? I think that's as much as it's going to go in. Connect this here, and this goes on like so. Okay. And this wing is kind of drooping down a little bit. Oops. And it's falling also. Oh, that's why, because I connected it in the wrong way. Ha, silly me. There we go. That fixed it. Okay, and then you have this piece, of course, that goes on like so, and the head to the dragon. And there you have it. There's the Dragon Mechazord, which looks pretty sweet. So you'll see, you got your 5 Mechazords there, and the Mechazords look pretty awesome. Alright, and then let's combine them. So to combine them, we take off the neck and the Zord head there, as well as the tail on the dragon. Okay, you're going to take out the this piece in the middle, if I'm able to take it out somehow. There we go. And you're going to flip it so the helmet's on top. Okay, and it's kind of, okay, there we go. I thought it was a little loose, but it's fine. Tiger goes in like that. Snake like that. Folds like that. We connect the tiger. Oops, you have to fold in the connector outwards like that. And then we can connect the tiger. Okay, then we can attach the top half there. We can fold in the wings of the Phoenix and attach that. We can fold this part of the shark and attach that. And the dragon goes on like so. And ta-da! There is your Gosei Great Megazord. And you have these pieces here which will connect to form the sword. So you can have him hold the sword like so. The sword is a little flimsy to hold because this kind of opens up a little bit, the mouth of the shark, but other than that, there you have it. So overall, this thing looks really nice, I think. Just the detail and everything on this tiny figure is pretty cool. Just for comparison, if you want a size comparison, here's a 4-inch figure. So it's not too much taller than the 4-inch figure there. Here's the Megazord figure. Oops, and it's kind of tilted downwards, but so it's kind of a little bit taller than that, but it's in a much more blocky, typical Megazord style. So that's kind of different about it. And then, as a little comparison with the normal Gosei Great Megazord, the deluxe one rather, there's that. In terms of paint and everything, obviously there's some silver paint and stuff missing there. But for the most part, like most of the tiny little things, it's got enough that it needs for its size. So I think it's actually pretty neat. I think it's fun building this thing. And I wish that they would make more of these because connecting all the Zords and everything is really cool. But yeah. Anyways, I do also want to show real quick, because this video is going really long. I hope I have enough space on the iPad. Here's the exclusive promo card that it comes with. Promo card number 12, Gosei Great Megazord. Here's the sound that it plays in the Gosei Morpher. So summon Megazord. Alright, and then promo card number 12. I have the card scanner app, so let's quickly do that. So this card is exclusive to the Build and Morph Gosei Great Megazord set. So card collectors, you have to get this thing, so you might have to import it from the UK, unless you want to take your chance and wait and see if this shows up in stores in the US. So be my guest if you want to wait. I didn't take my chance. I got it. And I think it's pretty sweet. I actually really like it. I probably won't fully ever take this apart again, but I will probably transform it between the Zords and the Megazord. I think that's actually pretty cool. But it's a lot of fun. My only other concern is just if I ever lose any of the little pieces, because there are a lot of pieces and there are a lot of tiny pieces. But if you fully built the thing, it's a nice little display. It's pretty light and everything too, but it's kind of neat. And my table is slightly slanted too, so it's not just this Megazord that's a little slanted. My table's a little slanted. But yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about this, post them in the comments below and let me know. But again, I ordered this off of eBay. I imported it from the UK, and it's pretty sweet. So that's the Build and Morph Gosei Great Megazord. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for lots more reviews coming up from me in the future. And that's about it. Go Megaforce!